just read. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I haven't used
are you
it
going to
yet.
look younger is the question.
I hope so. I mean, like, because,
It doesn't matter for you. You're a guy and you're in your 30s.
That's true.
Okay. The question is, am I going to look younger? That's the real question. I'm a girl.
I'm going to try
and
it.
am I going to look snatched? That's the other. Because that's what we're into right now. Am I going to look snatched? Or is my fupa going to show? Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah. We're going to mess around with that.
Okay, Lutz. I'm going to be downloading that for sure.
But how do you start? Did you just go?
I just record and assuming that this will be the beginning, I'm going to say welcome to Today with Tanza, where every day is different. I want you guys to come on in, close my door behind you, but remember, please check your energy before you come up in my shit. Okay? Welcome, Rafael.
Thank you.
Welcome, Mr. I Am Not Angry.
No, this has been a long... I'm not angry.
I'm not
angry.
I put too many words in there.
Yeah.
I'm not angry. So tell me about I'm not angry.
Well, let me say it's been a long time coming. You know, well, we dreamt about doing something together for a long time.
We dreamed.
Yeah, right. We were in our office, all sad that we weren't there. And we were like, we got to do something together. The up north in us had to do something together. I'm from New Jersey.
I'm from New York.
So, I was like, we just clicked automatically. And I was like, we used to sit at our desk and come up with these crazy topics. And I'm like, why don't we have a show right now?
Do you remember?
We should have a show.
So when we sat, because I think they moved us around a few times.
They did.
Remember when we sat and we faced the kitchen and that big glass? And we would talk about, that would be like our audience right there.
Yes.
And do you remember that?
Okay. Yeah.
And we would be sitting there talking and be like, okay, so talk to the people. There's the people. We need behind the glass.
Yeah. A lot of good topics came from us sitting together, and I don't even know if we wrote them down.
We didn't.
There's one I do remember. I don't know if you want to put that out.
Go ahead, put it out. Let's hear it.
The black people's hair like terry cloth towels.
I remember.
That was like one of the first ones that we thought about, and I never forgot that one because I thought it was hilarious. But
tell them the theory behind this. Go ahead.
You should tell them the theory.
No, you.
Basically, I don't even know how we got into the conversation, but it was talking about the hair, black people's hair, and how it just absorbs water like terry cloth towels. And I 100% knew what she was talking about. So I remember when she said that, I couldn't stop laughing. I mean, the rest of the day, I was laughing the whole time.
So please just give me a wig. I don't have time for this shit.
Yeah, we're talking about doing hair. I don't know why, because I'm bald. I don't know why we were talking about doing hair, but...
You were probably bald, and I probably had on a new wig.
Okay.
That's probably what was going on. And
yeah.
The point being that we clicked so much.
We did.
Always said that the goal, far out, which seemed so far away at the time, but the goal was to, do a podcast and co-host together.
Yeah, because we bounce off each other very well.
So so here's how we got to here.
Okay.
First of all, here is my backyard. So let's
undisclosed
location. Okay. We were just talking about that before the camera turned on.
Yeah.
Y'all don't come try to find us.
No.
And kill us or anything.
Nope.
But we're in the backyard. Rafael has been so kind to come out all the way.
Yeah.
How far?
It was a journey. I actually dozed off 3 times driving down here. I'm like, where the hell am I going again? I completely forgot where I was going. I was like, where am I going?
Because
I was driving to another state.
People find it hard to believe that a city girl at heart would be so
in the
far
country.
and deep in the woods. And I am deep in the woods. So if you come out here unannounced, you're coming to be shot.
Yeah.
Clearly. That's right.
Yeah. Easy.
Nobody just shows up at my doors. But anyway, he's been so kind to come out here and sit with me because I did a topic that you liked.
Yes. That caught my ear. But the topic, it was so funny. Because, it was, let's talk about sex.
Baby.
Right? And one, I love that song. Who doesn't love that song?
I gotta do that song.
But it was funny because when I heard it and I heard her talking about it, and she was outdated with certain things, like she mentioned a website that I believe was only created in the 80s or something.
So I told my age. I told my age on camera without realizing it.
And it clearly showed that she didn't know the newest porn sites that are out.
Right, because I said a porn show. That was
you said a porn show, and then she said Deep Throat, and I'm like, that's VHS material. That's 80s VHS times. I was like, how is she not going to say the most popular one that everyone knows about, which is Pornhub?
Oh.
That is the most popular one.
I do know about.
Yeah,
see,
yeah. And clearly
I'm not using it. I'm not utilizing what's available.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Because the things on there
I do know about Pornhub.
Are absurd right now, but yeah.
For the record, I do know about Pornhub.
Yeah.
It didn't click. It didn't, yeah.
Yeah, but when she said Deep Throat, I laughed for 7 minutes. I believe I was at work just laughing. Nobody understood why, but I was like, this is something I can't explain in the office, but it was hilarious.
So basically you felt like the topic was great, but I did not do it justice. And it needed to be redone.
But there's always two sides. Two sides.
Right, because I was also talking from the female perspective.
Right.
And the female perspective in my age group.
Right.
And that just was not satisfactory to you.
No, it was. I mean, there was a lot of truth. But then, I just want to say the guy side to it too.
Okay.
Because,
So let's go back and explain the topic first, and then we're going to redo both of our positions and what we think about it.
Cool.
So the topic is, let's talk about sex. Mm-hmm. And I was explaining that I had been on this podcast with a person. The podcast name is Womanhood Decoded, and I'm loving what they're doing here. And when it's really about talking about women and our journeys through our sexuality,
right?
Especially with our partnering with other people, men in particular, and how, generally speaking, they dominate our sexuality for a lot of years, and then suddenly,
I agree with this, by the way.
Do you agree with this?
Yes, I agree with it.
And suddenly 100%. We flip the script on them. Yep. And it's like, bruh, you thought you were doing something all these years. Let me tell you, you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
So let me explain something to you. Okay? So that's what the topic was about. If y'all haven't seen it, please go back and watch it.
Yes, please watch it.
Please go back and watch it and give us your thoughts on it.
Right.
But now, so that's the topic. Now I want to know, what do you, first tell us, what's the sexual journey for a guy?
Sexual journey
for a guy. So when you start off at 3, because we always assume y'all have been having sex for forever by the time you have sex with us. Is that true? Is it? Wait. We always assume that y'all are having sex with other people.
Yeah.
Not with yourselves.
I was a late bloomer, so I don't know if 17 is a late bloomer. I feel like it is, because all the my guy friends and like cousins, they were like, oh man, I started like at 13.
Yeah.
I'm like, at 13 I'm playing Nintendo. Showed my age right there. I'm playing Super Nintendo.
Really?
I wasn't even thinking about women at that age. It was weird. But yeah, like I remember all my cousins and everything, they're like, they already been through the journey of that, and I'm just like, I just started like at probably 17. Yeah, 17 I just started. So I was already a late bloomer.
So you think that's not the average?
No.
The average is, in your experience, the guys that you know, the average is what?
13. Yeah.
That's kind of early.
That is.
That's kind of early.
But what is it for women then?
So I think, I'm going to say that I was, full disclosure, I was very young when I lost my virginity.
Okay.
I was too young when I lost my virginity. However, I was in love. Okay. Looking back on it, I do know that I was in love, and which is supposed to be when you lose your virginity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was 14.
14's all right.
Yeah.
So 13, 14.
But I think the average for a girl is probably around 17, 18.
Okay.
I think that's probably a good average. There are a lot of women that wait later, but I think probably about 17. Listen, we don't have any statistics.
Yeah.
We are not.
I ain't no
the
damn
authority.
expert. I just told you I started at 17. So the fuck do I know?
Everything is from our perspective. It's our perspective. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the people that I know, the people that I've grown up with.
Mm-hmm.
For a girl, I think the average is about 17, 18-ish.
And the info I'm getting from, unfortunately, I went to an all-boy high school. So I was surrounded by 500 males for 4 years. So like, I kind of, got the gist of when, everything happened and what goes on and such like that. But
so the sexual journey is starting around
13
for guys.
Yeah.
So it's true, you guys then do have a little bit more experience with it for us. So when you
we think we do.
Or you think you do.
We think we do, yeah.
So you go in and you start having sex with a girl. What are you concerned about? I said in the last episode about this that our concern when we start having sex is what does he want? And what do I look like to him? And that kind of thing. What are y'all thinking about?
And that's easy. Our concern in the beginning is, please, I hope this lasts more than 1 minute.
Really?
That is the main concern for the longest. I mean, for the longest, I guess until like I hit my 30s, is just making sure it lasted long. It wasn't about anything else. It was just making sure, like, all right, I got to be in here for a while.
Okay, so is that about you or is that about the girl? So are you trying to make sure that it's lasting long because you want it to? That's what's good and pleasing to you?
No.
Or is it
It's for the girl.
Really? So your impression is that we need it longer?
Yeah.
And you don't want us to go talking about it?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You don't want the rumor like this guy only lasts 3 minutes.
Okay.
Type. But like, and then
see, that makes it about you.
Is it? Yeah, it is.
Well,
it kind of. I don't know.
That's up for debate.
It's because I used to see these things on HBO, like HBO late night, and it would be like these guys interviewing women, and they'd be like, what's the time that you like most for a guy to last? And it was always a long time. Yeah, all the answers, but I'm like, I never thought about looking about the age of the women that were asking the questions. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that played a big effect, but like, they were always like, these women were like 30 minutes, an hour, at least 2 hours, and I'm just like, Jesus. So in our heads, we're like, okay, if we see that, and then if you watch porn, these things always last an hour at least.
Yeah,
but yeah,
you didn't know back then that they were cutting.
I didn't know all that stuff right there.
Right.
But yeah, when you're first learning about that, you don't know all that. You're like, damn, this is an hour. So you in your head, you're like, this has to be an hour because that's what I see and that's what I'm hearing on HBO late night, Skinamax late night. This is it has to be an hour. So in your head, you're like, all right, I got to go for an hour now. So that's what's in my head. That's what.
So that's what you're thinking then. So now you want to fast forward a few years and give me what the male perspective in your space right now is. What's the main focus?
It's the woman.
It is the woman for sure.
For sure, yeah. And
why?
I don't know what changed it. It's just like
because we're not thinking. We already told you we're not thinking about you.
And at that point, if you're with somebody for a while, they're like, all right, listen, it's my turn now. It's just like she said. So I do agree with her with that because and you see a lot of women coming out now. Like, I love this song by it's "I Love It" by Lil Pump and Kanye West. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know.
I love it. But anyway, there's a comedian on there. Her name's Adele Givens. You know who that is? No. In the beginning of the song, she says that women back in the day couldn't have orgasms and shit. She was like, we could tell dudes today, I want to come, mother.
Not all day they couldn't say the shit they wanted to say. They had the fake orgasms and shit. We can tell niggas today, hey, I want to come, motherfucker.
That's how the song starts, and I found that hilarious.
We get fed up.
Yeah.
That's basically.
But I like how she said back in the day women couldn't have orgasms.
So now your concern is about the woman and making sure it's still 100%. About making sure that you're not out there. She's not telling people out there in the streets that you suck.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to know like the sex is bad. You know, you don't want to be known as that. And, you know, women tell their friends, so you don't want to.
We do talk about y'all.
Yeah.
Not as often as y'all
but
think.
It's crazy because men don't do that. I don't never talk about.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird how that
dynamic is a little bit.
You'll
different.
never hear a guy talk about his girl and the sex they're having. You'll never hear that.
But you know why I think that is? It's a good topic. Maybe we'll go further another day. But I think that's because men are they like to dominate and feel like what's theirs is theirs. They gain the possession. And in expressing that to other people, that intimate part may make another guy interested in your woman.
Oh, okay.
And so it opens up a possibility. Okay. That's my theory on that. Whereas women are maybe a little bit more today, but naturally are more open about conversations with each other when we have problems.
Yeah.
So we will tell. Yeah. And even if things are good, without automatically thinking, oh, she's going to come after my man.
Yeah.
But we've learned over the years that we should shut up too often. But,
I like how the women are coming out now because Nicki Minaj said something also in an interview that made me laugh. She's like, when I have sex, she was like, if he doesn't make me orgasm, she was like, you know what I do to make him feel bad? She was like, I boo him at the end. And I thought that was so funny. She was like, boo.
That's fantastic.
She was like, you'll see how quick they change. It's an interview out there. You got to see it. It made me laugh. But she said, at the end, she was like, I make him feel real bad. Be like, listen, I didn't get mine, and boo, that sucked. And I was like, I couldn't even imagine
how that must feel.
Yeah, for the guy.
That's hard.
Because next time, I'm going in full force. You know, I'm not gonna have her boo me again.
Okay.
Which is gonna feel awful.
I'm gonna take that note because I'm gonna use that. If I ever have sex again, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna be like,
boo,
thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah, it's like a YouTube, like dislike.
It's your review. It's your Google review, and I'm putting that shit on Yelp.
Yeah,
I'm putting it on Yelp.
And she said after she did that, she's been fine. So, yeah, I'm sure nobody wants to get booed at the end of sex.
That is hilarious.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. So now, when you said that your concern is still about the girls and what they're thinking about you, but let me tell you what I think that is priority when having sex. One is knowing who you're having sex with, because you're right. Some people need it a little bit longer. Some people don't.
Yep.
The actual process of getting to an orgasm is the point for everybody, right? That's the point. But some people really find it important to have a lot of time leading up to that. Yeah. And some people feel it is important to have a lot of time during it. And some people feel like it's important to have a lot of time after. So it really is more about the person that you're having sex with. And listen, I'm a New Yorker. Let's okay. Y'all ain't got to give me an hour. You got to give me
what I need.
What I need.
Yeah.
Because I got shit to do. I got shit to do. I don't have an hour to spend.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah. And when I used to hear
in case you were wondering, just so you know.
I was like, what?
We don't have an hour to spend. Not everybody.
And if you look at interviews now, like compared to when I watched them, it's like a lot of girls are going between like 12 to 15 minutes. But back when I was watching it, everything was an hour. I was like, what the fuck, an hour?
It's not true.
Yeah.
It's not true. And I feel like everybody is trying to get to the point.
Yeah. Like, get off me.
So
I got shit to do. Yeah.
It's what you can do in that 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it is. It's what you can do in there, and if you can get me to where I'm going. I think that's how most women are thinking.
Yeah.
Just so you know. But it doesn't mean that I don't need an hour prior to that of some touching or whatever. Yeah, whatever they do on, what was that, the porn show?
Deep Throat.
But honestly,
Yeah,
we need
yeah.
more than I know for me personally, I need more than an hour. I probably need a whole day before.
Yeah.
And it comes in the form of calling and saying something, or I need all of that
And
prior to that 10-minute session.
Yeah. And that is 100% accurate, because
Yeah.
like the guys who I talk to are same age. It's like 35 to 40 range.
Okay.
And it sounds like we're all bad at that part. The foreplay part is yeah, because we don't do the foreplay part.
Right.
We just want to get right into it, right? So yeah, like I've also had that problem where it's like the foreplay part is not there. So yeah, when it's there, it's better.
It's better.
Yeah.
Because you set our moods.
Yep.
It helps to set our mood so that it only has to take you 10 minutes and we can all get on to what we have to do. Other than that, you haven't set my mood and I'm just bending over or spreading the legs. Then yeah, you're going to have to work in this shit for a little bit. And now I'm bored.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because actually sex can be boring.
Yeah.
It can be boring.
Yep.
And nobody wants to be bored for a whole
Especially
hour.
if somebody's not into it. One part's not into it. If you're into it and somebody's not, it gets me out of it. I'm like, all right, she's not into it, and now I'm not into it. So yeah, it's over.
Let's go.
Netflix.
Or the deck needs to be finished. Let's go hammer some nails or whatever. Yeah. So I guess that's a good perspective.
Mm-hmm.